Would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant?
I would much rather date an illegal immigrant, a big booty Latina.
The perfect zoo animal of seeing what a libtard looks like in the wild. They have the weird bag that they got at a marijuana hemp store. They have ill-fitting waist.
For sure, because they're going to cook, clean. They're going to make sure that everything's going good for the family. They're going to have a bunch of babies. Now, a freaking liberal, they're 5 times vaccinated. Probably can't have a baby because their womb's probably shrunken up from all of the side effects of the COVID vaccine.
The state of play. Here's the
MSNBC SUCKS.
Hey, how are you?
And then they have cheap glasses that they get at the same methamphetamine pipe store that they got the purse. She's on antidepressants. She's 5 times vaccinated.
They're mentally ill on probably 10 different antidepressants, so their hormones are out of whack, and they're all on birth control, so they can't have a baby. So no, I don't want to date a liberal. Big booty Latinas, illegal, doesn't matter, all day long over libtards.
Guys, we got to talk about this hilarious video with Alex Stein. This is some sort of political commentator. He straight up crashed in MSNBC live broadcast. It's just going off. MSNBC sucks. MSNBC sucks. It was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. Like, I don't know if this person's like a comedian or if they're just, you know, a funny podcaster. I don't exactly know their backstory, but this was freaking hilarious. Without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this.
Just watch the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's
MSNBC sucks.
Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks.
Talk to you for a second.
MSNBC sucks.
Okay. Sometimes this happens, and we understand that that can happen. And while we love free speech, we're going to keep control here. So, Ryan, thank you. Shaq, thank you. A volatile story. We'll be following it. And apparently, not only Shaq cleaned up. Okay. Stay with us here because Ryan has cleared the set, as we would like to say. The gentleman moved on. So, Ryan, let me turn back to you. Nicely handled there. Can you give us an update on, as you were walking us through this, we'll all take a breath there. Maybe not. Okay. Go ahead, Ryan. See,
hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. We're just going to pull the plug there. Thank
Kelly,
you, Ryan.
This is all playing out in real time.
It sure
Passion
is
high.
Yes.
There's a whole lot of anger here, as you can see. So we're going to get a control of this and come back to you when we can.
Fair enough, fair enough. And we recognize people are expressing their views, and we're there to cover it. You do that job. We'll move on with our audience. Thanks for your patience with all of that.
It's kind of crazy that these guys love to cover if there's some radical leftist doing some sort of protest, or, you know, the House, you know, House floor trying to invade Congress, or, you know, trying to invade some sort of federal building. But when there's a person that's more on the right or some sort of libertarian, then they don't want to show that. They could have just literally took that guy and interviewed him right then and there, but they chose not to do it. Talking about we support free speech. It doesn't sound like it to me, but there's an additional clip here. I want to go ahead and react to that one as well, where this guy totally went off on, I don't know, some sort of Senate meeting or something. It's going to say it on the screen, so let's go ahead and react to that as well.
My name's Alex Stein. I'm considered one of the sexiest men in conservative politics. And one thing I want to say, a lot of people are going to hear my testimony and you're going to say you're anti-LGBTQ. I want to say that's impossible because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So obviously I have a lot of gay pride. But, you know, a lot of conservatives like yourself, you want to outlaw transgenders and women's sports. I disagree. I like transgenders and women's sports because you can gamble on them and win money. You know, I won so much money on Leah Thomas's propeller in that pool. I almost turned DraftKings, into Draft Queens. And, you know, I actually like transgenders in the military, too, because, first of all, transgenders are some of the meanest people on planet Earth, so they make a good soldier, don't you think? And then, you know, second of all, transgenders love to do mass shootings. So, you know, that's perfect for a military veteran. And then on top of that, the suicide rate is incredibly high among transgender people. So we could just use them like the Taliban has suicide bombers. Maybe you guys can actually, you know, if you commit suicide, actually help us in the battlefield. So that would be good. So I think we need transgenders in the military and women's sports. Now, when we come to the bathroom bill, though, this is an asymmetrical problem. Because, first of all, no dude cares if, like,
Guys, I'm surprised he's made it this far and nobody's, like, started shouting him down or cut his mic or something yet. But I feel like it's coming on. Let's keep going.
So I think we need transgenders in the military and women's sports. Now, when we come to the bathroom bill, though, this is an asymmetrical problem. Because, first of all, no dude cares if, like, a bisexual woman comes in there and tries to use, like, a pee funnel. You know, if some lady boy comes in there, some, you know, stud comes in there and wants to pee in the urinal. No guy's going to be threatened by, you know, a trans woman. But we don't want these gargoyles in a dress, you know, some chick with a dick coming in there and trying to pee or poop next to my girlfriend, because that's disgusting. And, well, I was just going to say something. Listen, I have my First Amendment right. Let me just speak. So, we're sick of these transgenders trying to invade women's personal spaces. These people have autogynephilia, they're sexual perverts, and they actually get satisfaction from going there and looking under a stall. So these are mentally ill people that are on hormones, that are on all kinds of pills, they're impulsive, and they do not belong in a women's restroom. So if some of you lesbians want to come in and pee next to me, you're more than welcome. So we just don't let the chicks with dicks in the women's room, and you guys are all welcome in the men's room. I think that works.
Thank you very much.
Wow, they actually let this guy get through that entire thing. I will say, I am impressed. This was hilarious. A very tongue-in-cheek video. Obviously, this guy is, you know, putting a comedic spin on this, but he is pretty funny, and he's telling no lies, right? Everybody knows. Hell, even a lot of the transgender people know that they're mentally ill. You know, they know that. A lot of them speak negatively about the transing of kids and stuff like that, and they call it a perversion amongst their own community. So there's already some infighting, like there is, you know, for every community. And there's so many issues that the left supports, and I appreciate this guy calling a lot of that out. And that's what he was saying, if you could hear him from the previous clip, was saying like, hey, keep men out of women's bathrooms is a very simple issue. I honestly feel like if the Democrats understood that, in my opinion, these are the people that they throw under the bus to start winning again. Throw these people under the bus, say, hey, you know what? We don't agree with men and women's sports. We don't agree with men and women's bathrooms. The Democrats may be able to just move the needle just a little bit over to the direction that they want to win elections. Some of these elections come down to like hundreds of votes, a few thousand votes, a few tens of thousands of votes, and that small percentage of people could make all the difference in the world. But if they want to be stubborn and just stick on every 80-20 issue, they want to be the 20 side of every 80-20 issue, they're going to keep losing and keep getting roasted hilariously like this Alex Stein guy just did. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching The Black Anomaly. Rise to the channel. I'm out.
We know that crime is at a rate where all these people are talking about. President Trump, are you there?
Well, of course, you know, we know that the city, I'm not supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to come there, and because they have a judge, a terrible judge. His name is
Do you have testimony for this? I don't care about that, President. Do you have testimony? I would ask.